we're going to start this again. See how successful it is now. Probably not that successful, but we'll see. Anyways. Oh. Maybe it will be more successful, probably less successful. Undoubtedly, we probably will have people entering the chat, but who knows whether or not they'll be able to type. Hopefully, we'll get people in the hangout itself, and we'll have a good time. It was successful last week. It was very fun. We'll see if it works. So far, 0 viewers. Craft Haystack is once again talking to himself. It's all right. It's all right. We'll see what happens. Still, 0 viewers. All right. All right. Zero viewers once again. Anyways, any of you who might be interested in joining this unsuccessful Google Hangout, if you're joining us right now, go ahead and click the link in the description. Or as I've said before, click the description in the link. We'll see if this snowballs. Becomes very popular. Probably not. Anyways, we'll just sit here until somebody joins, blah, blah, blah. Hopefully that link is good. It might not be. Who knows? Oh, don't claw the chair, dog. Wow. That's pretty unsuccessful. 0 viewers. Wondering at this point if this is actually working. Well, we got 1 viewer. Fantastic. Ha! Well, now we got 0. Who wants to actually watch a scumbag in a luchador mask screaming at the webcam? Didn't really seem to be very much YTDC activity in general today. So who knows if people actually want to join, or who knows if people are watching this Saturday night. Anyways, Craft Haystack is going to be uploading a video at some point this Saturday night, 9:20 in the evening. You better get on that if he's going to have this hangout and be able to upload a video. We'll see. Anyways, still continuing to talk to himself. And that group chat function is just probably not working. What the hell? It's got to be something within Gmail. All right, Gmail chat. Put this over here. Gmail Hangout chat. We got to get this fixed. The chat comments are always fantastic. Oh, an article, how to turn off Gmail's sucky Hangouts and get the old chat. All right. Craft Haystack still hates the new setup that YouTube wants to try and combine with Gmail and Google+. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Let's see. Chats. looks like it's El Chapo.
I'm not going to do any impersonations. I'm not going to do anything like that because it's above Get Haystack's sense of humor and mentality.
It is not.
So how you doing?
It's not.
How you doing? I'm just gonna be regular. I'm just gonna be regular, boring weasel today.
All right, you can do whatever you want.
No, I'm just gonna be regular, boring weasel today.
Hasn't been very boring with you lately, though. Gotta say that.
I get bored easily, man. No, you know what? There's a movie. I can't remember what movie it is. I've been trying to remember the movie, but when they talk about the position of fuck you, when you enter into the position of fuck you in your life, you know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Remember that?
I know what you're saying. But what movie? You haven't figured out what movie it is?
Can't figure out what fucking movie it is, man. If someone brought it up the other day and it's been rackets, maybe someone that's watching this shit could leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Talking about the position of fuck you, like, you know, when your boss, he tells you what to do and you fucking, hey, fuck you. I don't need this shit.
It's like
I'm already
the basis of that movie Falling Down. And it was like the mid-90s or so. I don't know. Michael Douglas goes on to like a rampage around Los Angeles. He's just had it. Had it with his job, had it with traffic in Los Angeles, had it with everything. He gets out of his car and just says basically what you said, fuck you.
Yeah, the position of fuck you is where life no longer has you by the balls. You got life by the balls.
Exactly. Which really, in essence, yes, life actually does have everybody by the balls. But everybody has control of their lives. They can do what they want.
Absolutely. And so when I left YouTube, you know, there was a lot of speculation of what's he doing? Is he in jail? Is he this? Is he that? You know, and fucking all kinds of speculation where I was. But, you know, there were some things that transpired and I felt like I wanted to get into the position of fuck you. And so I'm back and I'm fucking wreaking as much havoc as I can for that. Well, I just say for the individuals involved, and it's been a pleasure to sit back and watch this shit storm.
Gotta say, some of your videos lately have actually been very, very interesting lately.
Yeah.
Good. They've been good. Very entertaining. Always.
Well, I have some guests that stop by unannounced sometimes, and then sometimes at the last minute I have some very popular people that are like, hey, can I get a plane flight over to your house real quick, over to Denver? And I'm like, yeah, I guess. I mean, people just pop in, and so I always cam up, man.
There's people that Get Haystack knows that have actually hung out with the weasel.
Hey, I'm just going to put this out there. Excuse me, I'm smoking some weed. I'm just going to put this out there. Wheezy Fashizi is probably going to get shut down soon.
Really?
But there's already another account. I've had another account for a while because I've been prepared for this. Like I said, the position of fuck you. I got like 50 or 60 subs. It's called Wheezy Fashizi ×2.
Oh, Haystack is well aware of that account. I've seen that pop up in his feed for some odd reason. I'm not sure where it came from, but
yeah, you got to sub to that channel because Wheezy ain't going nowhere.
But what's the basis for the new channel? Just a place to put other videos just in case the first one gets shut down?
No, it's the basis of the new channel is for when it's in preparation for. See, when you're in battle, you got to think, you know, ahead of your enemy. So the basis of the new channel is just for when I get shut down, I can re-upload all my videos onto the new channel except for the ones that got striked. And continue on. They can't fucking stop you.
Well, you already learned your lesson probably in the past or whatever. Getting your videos or your other channels shut down, better come up with a backup just in case anyways, right?
Just in case.
No.
Well, you know, there's another man that's gone to battle with one of the guys that I'm fighting with he's been shut down 23 times. Shoot Nice deleted videos times 24. He's been shut down by the asshole 23 times. That fucking degenerate. And So that's just the kind of resilience that you got to have.
I've actually seen that channel out there.
That's fucking the greatest channel on YouTube.
It is very good. It's very entertaining. Did not even know that there were actual deleted videos for Shoe Nice.
Yes, every fucking one of them.
Ay, ay, ay. Wow. I have to go back through some of those tonight and actually watch some of them, because some of them are actually.
He's got some of the good ones, man. He's got a lot of footage that I myself filmed. And so I don't know. For me, it's fucking funny as hell, dude. Hold on, I gotta grab a beer. I'll be right back.
All right, Crap Haystack will talk to himself. El Chapo.
All right, I'm back. No, Ted Barris is having a hangout right now, live stream, whatever. I was in there. I was in there for a little while. Like, me and him he's been cool with me the last couple times. He hasn't banned me, but I got to follow his rules and all that. And it's like, fuck, man.
You can't just get in the mix with him and yell at him like usual. Or, I mean, Crap Haystack has gotten kicked out of his hangouts before too.
Well, I've got like 40 fucking accounts banned by his channel. So when I like work my way back in, Ted's actually not a bad guy. He's not a bad person. He's went too far with the trolling, but every troll has, and he's not a bad guy. I don't hate him.
Right.
But yeah, when I'm in his hangout, I gotta fucking be like real rigid. Like if I bring up someone or say, he's like, I'm gonna talk about that right now.
Crap Haystack got banned from bringing up the fact that there was a girl that joined that was like 14 years old, and
did she actually say that?
No, she looked pretty young. All right, let's not misconstrue anything. She didn't actually say what her age was. Very clear though that she was young by the way that she looked and the things that she said. Now, at a certain point, I think maybe she had revealed her age or whatever. Crap Haystack was kind of drunk at the time, but it went on a little. It went on a little too long with the 9 other dudes in the same hangout or whatever trying to talk to this girl. It really felt very creepy after a while. So finally, this girl left, and Crap Haystack said to Ted, like, "What are you doing? Like, this shows very poor judgment on your part to let this happen, because it was pretty creepy." And Ted kind of skirted the issue, kind of talked around it, and Crap Haystack was pretty trashed at the time, but he knew what he had to say, and so he said it, and got into a portion of the conversation where we were talking over each other, and finally Crap Haystack got booted from the hangout.
Yeah, you see, that's because you can't talk over him. You got to be real careful.
Right. I guess Crap Haystack wasn't aware of those rules at a certain point, so.
Yeah, Ted's not a bad guy.
Right. No, he's not a bad guy, but it's at a certain point or whatever. Like, Crap Haystack kind of wonders, like, what's going on with all that.
Well, I guess someone actually called his job, dude. Like, I put out my videos and shit, Order 66, just fucking around, and like, I don't know. I don't fucking know where he works.
Right.
But someone put out his job out there, or called his job or something, and now he switched over jobs, and I don't know, whatever. And then he's in his hangout. He just showed his badge. He just showed his security badge, and I'm going, oh.
Right. All right. Well, it wasn't. I mean, who knows? Does he have an inkling as to who it might have been, or?
He doesn't know. I made one video. What I did is I made one video, because he's always making these videos with Dean's Greens, shouting out Dean's Greens, and he gives out all their information. So I made a video of me calling Dean's Greens, and that's the only time I ever called them, or anyone else for that matter. I fucking called, made a video, and went on with my day. By the time I got home, someone's calling Ted's job. He has no fucking clue who these people are. I was like, holy fuck, dude.
That's crazy. That's pretty crazy. That actually was a very good video of you calling them and talking to them, because.
Oh, and the guy wanted to argue with me. He wanted to argue with me. I'm all, yeah, dude.
What I'm talking about. Oh boy, fantastic.
Just have fun with it, man.
It was good. It was good. All right. Well, yeah, watching the other stream of Ted's hangout right now. The usual suspects. We must have just started our hangouts at the same time. Usually, Craft Haystack will get some of the people that will join Ted's hangout. You know, the what is it? The runoff.
Yeah, there was a few people in there, a couple of the regulars, and then some girl named Lizzie something. She looked around. She looked of age.
Yeah, she looks of age. Craft Haystack is looking right now. She looks.
But you're right. There's a weird like I don't know how to explain it. So like this is mainly a men's. As long as I've been around for three years or so, this is like a men's community. But when a female fucking joins, they get like this certain automatic acceptance and fucking ass kissery.
They get a lot of attention.
Yeah, you know, so it's like, fuck, have you guys never actually been with a female, or do you not currently have female interaction in your life? Like, fuck, it's just a female, dude. Calm down.
Predominantly male, obviously, and it is kind of a rarity to see girls doing more liquor videos, you know, anything having to do with, you know, discussing events going on in the YTDC. It's kind of interesting to have them actually be in tune. So, like, when that actually happens, I can see why the focus goes towards them. But when it comes to the hangouts, some of them just like hang out in the background. They don't even say anything for a half hour. And then finally, whatever, you get one creepy dude who's like, hey, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes that person's Craft Haystack.
Right.
Anyways.
So, did you see, moving on to other business, did you see the recent hangout between Machiavelli and Pro Weed 420?
Did hear about it. Did not actually see it. I heard about it.
Oh, you gotta watch it, dude. I joined in on that shit. As soon as I saw what was going on, your boy joined in on that shit and fucking stirred the pot, dude. I had both of them take off. Both of them took off their shirts and were fucking acting all tough. And Machiavelli's like, three family members of Machiavelli's side got in on the camera and on the shit talking, dude. They were screaming at each other, taking off their shirts, dude. It was fucking, it's YouTube gold, brother.
Like gold. Sounds like gold. I'm gonna have to go ahead and check that out tonight because oh man.
You want to click through like halfway through, like you'll see when I join in, they're talking shit back and forth, but the problem is Machiavelli can't talk shit. He needs someone to talk for him.
Right.
So when I jumped in and I start speaking for him on his behalf, dude, that's when shit really fucking heats up, dude. I mean, for you to rip off your shirt and fucking call your own cousin out on live stream YouTube, dude, that's fucking gold.
Oh my God.
They both ripped their shirts off.
They are really out of their minds. They'll do anything.
Oh, dude, and then there was this other guy from England somewhere. He had the same accent jumping in saying, you know, fucking defending pro weed, and then we got him banned. I told Machiavelli to fucking ban him or silence him or something. It was a great fucking time.
Yeah.
He was just eating it up.
They are like they are shit stirrers. They will actually go ahead and they're all into it too. It's like it's insane. Like you know, you think that they're like totally dense, like dumb individuals, but they have like a pretty good grip on what goes on in the YTDC.
Oh, yeah, Pro Weed for sure. Pro Weed is actually in the comments sometimes. He's really kind of a lot more articulate than he is in, you know, when he talks out of his fucking mouth. But
absolutely,
you can tell the guy's he's got his wits about him. But what gets me about them is like, I don't know, maybe it's because they're not in the United States, but they should have some reality TV show following those guys around. They put their whole family business out there. Machiavelli came out and told everyone that Pro Weed got his kid taken away because Pro Weed's girlfriend got caught fucking her brother. Like, dude, I don't know if you've really followed all this shit, dude, but it gets deep.
I know. If that's like the actual, I mean, I knew that there was something going on between Pro Weed and Machiavelli or whatever. Maybe It was probably about like it was like over the winter. It was like maybe about 6 months ago or whatever. But I did not follow it that
No,
close.
all right. So what happened is a couple things happened. One big thing that started it off, that blew it off, was Mr. Met 40 ounce sent out a bunch of 40s for Rochi, for Machiavelli, and for Pro Weed. Well, he sent out all these 40s to the UK, and they put them in the fridge, and they drank or whatever, and they went to sleep, and they woke up, and all the 40s were gone. Pro Weed drank all the fucking 40s while they were asleep. So that was the first big thing, dude. Believe it or not, why they're gonna air all their family laundry over that. And they did. They fucking put it all out there. And then Pro Weed kind of comes back into the story a little bit and starts making amends here and there, and then he steals money out of Machiavelli's mother's purse at some kind of family function. He steals money out of Machiavelli's mom's purse to buy weed, and then it was on. Then the incest came out and everything came out. I mean, I'm just thinking, if I'm in Hollywood, if I'm some kind of big reality TV producer, I'm sending a crew out there to meet these guys.
No, I mean, they really are. There's like, oh God, there's that one video. There's like that one, the Wonderful Whites of West Virginia or something. That the guy, the Johnny Knoxville, actually, Jackass. So he put out a couple years ago, and it has to deal with a lot of like the crazy white trash shit that goes on in West Virginia. And,
yeah,
you've got some people who are local celebrities in that. Some people who, for some reason it carries its own storyline, but at the same time, these people are just whacked out.
Well, I've looked into this shit, and Machiavelli lives in a place called Whiz Beach that he pronounces Whiz Beach, UK. So I've been on Hangouts, and this is going back to before I left YouTube this last time. I've been on Hangouts with other people from the UK, and they're like, where the fuck is Whiz Beach? They're looking for this. They're like, they've never even fucking heard of this place. And it's on the west side of the continent, and or whatever you want to call it. And it's this little podunk town with the unemployment rate is like at 50%. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy, dude. 50%. That means 1 out of every 2 people that you see on the street does not have an income. They're supported by the government. And early on, messing with Machiavelli and asking him questions, his response was like, what are you talking about? Everyone's on welfare. Like, he thought that was the way it was all throughout the world.
It really is a way of life over there.
He's like, everyone's on welfare. It's a total socialist fucking way of living, I guess.
Right. It's kind of crazy. He does he represents a certain subsection, and like it's weird. Like you see in his comments on his videos, some people are just like from the UK, and they'll actually go to the comments section on it and be like, this doesn't represent anything that goes on in England. It's kind of like you get these like dual messages going on. That is like it's who knows what goes on over there. I've never been over there.
I have no desire to go either. I mean, I think it would be cool to meet some of the people that make videos over there, but to leave this country and go over there to see what caused that kind of fucking havoc to begin with,
Absolutely.
I'm good.
I'm good too.
It's like a third world country, dude.
There's places there to visit that are historical, but at the same time, like I can think of probably like about half dozen other places that I want to visit before it actually has to do with the UK.
Yeah, and they're all in the United States. Like, there's so many cool places to go. You're like, no, I'm not going to Whiz Beach.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, well, Weasel, Get Haystack has got to take a piss. I'll be right back.
I got to pee too. I'll be back.
All right.
Damn, boy, still pissing. Disabled. What's up with that?
So this is the
And
thing.
he's back, folks. He's back.
For some reason, no matter whether or not I work this in Google Chrome or in Firefox, can't get the comments section working, or the chat comments.
You're not doing something right.
There's something broken. I disabled something.
No, you just got to ask some of these other people. There's a lot of people on YouTube that do Hangouts. I've been looking into it. There's actually some really cool Hangouts out there that are outside of the drinking community. But you should just need to ask around. You're just not clicking something.
I almost narrowed it down to the fact that it might be like something going on within Gmail. Because I was already complaining about the fact that Google has already decided to try and combine everything in YouTube, Google Plus, and Gmail, and just totally fuck it up. And it's horrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible. I have absolutely no way to understand or navigate this stuff because it takes somebody with a very, very long. They have to be like concentrating on this stuff quite a bit or whatever. It's not as senseless as going on Facebook or anything else,
right.
or whatever. Just clicking around, you can navigate it and figure it out or whatever. You can't fucking figure this shit out.
Hold on, I gotta grab a beer.
All right.
Yeah, one of my lady friends wasn't too happy to come home and find the whole refrigerator packed full of Keystone Ice, 5.9%. But, you know, I was trying to explain to her, it's like, you know, it's not my fault. I took an 18-pack to the cash register, and he rings it up as 16 and some change, and he tells me, oh, the 30-pack's on sale right now for 14 and some change.
And go get it, man. Go
get a couple of them.
Absolutely, man. It's like Keystone Ice really used to be the staple. The Weasel's old videos back in the day.
On Steve-O? Steve-O's the one Steve-O's the one that got me hooked on fucking Keystone. Speaking of Steve-O, I wish there was a way I could and technology. I wish there was a way I could figure out how to call him live because we still talk. He's in a home and it's kind of sad, but I try to. I don't know if you know what happens when a person has dementia, but they have days where they're there and days where they're not, and
right.
It's very progressive disease. And
he, Craft Haystack's grandfather he's at early onset dementia, and Craft Haystack's wife, the grandfather died of dementia a couple years ago. Well, died with dementia.
Yeah, it's a horrible thing, man.
It is. It's very difficult, and it's you know, we all get to try get a handle on the disease at some point because we know after a while that things don't really just get better with it.
Well, right, they get worse, and that's the thing. And see, and Steve-O has always been a very important figure in my life, at least for the last 13 years. It was the first real job I got when I got out of the military. About 13 years ago, when I got out of the Navy, Steve-O hired me, and he fucking lied to me. I had no idea it was a sales job. And at the time, he was very successful, and I was young and impressionable, and he lied to me, and he talked me into selling Kirby vacuums.
Nice. Well, good.
Well, dude, I did fucking great at it. I stayed with him for 4 years, dude. And throughout the years since then, in a nutshell, we've always stayed friends. And, you know, it's real sad to watch, man. It really is.
It is. And well, I mean, some of us, you know, who were like, you know, there when you started making videos, like, you know, it must be, you're going on like, you know, your 4th year here. You started making videos with Steve-O. We all knew or whatever that there's something going on, even though like some of those videos were like outright, you know, some of his insight as to what actual, like, you know, life is very, very poignant, very, very funny at certain points.
Oh, right. Like when he said that all Muslims should go through an interview process and half of them should be fucking, they should all be, no, he said, what did he say? He said all Muslims should go through an interview process and they should be warned up front that they can be killed for certain things.
Well, he had it all planned out in his head, you know. He like, it actually, in a lot of ways or whatever, was crazy, and you know, in some ways or whatever, but crazy.
It fucking made sense. Fucking guy. They should all be warned that there's consequences for certain actions. And if you do this, we're going to kill your whole family. We're going to kill all your friends. We're going to kill everybody that you fucking know. Absolutely. And he was so serious about it.
It all came full circle. It wasn't like just one of those videos that was, or those ideas that was out there. It didn't make any sense or whatever. But he actually can't, like, he circled back and he had a point there, you know.
I think that video was called Drunken Politics with Steve-O.
That was an absolute classic. Fantastic.
If I would have known back then that I'd still be around to this day, I would have figured out a way to save all that shit.
I already know that Florida 32 ounce, very, very, very sad to know that those videos are gone. But I mean, really, like they're just in the ether now.
Florida 32 ounce, speaking of him, he made T-shirts with Steve-O's face on them. It said I malt. Instead of I love Steve-O, it was a picture. There was a 40 malt liquor.
Craft Haystack is in possession of one of those T-shirts.
Let me see it, dude. Let me see it.
Hopefully it's not dirty.
Nice. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. You still got it. Looks a lot better than mine, dude. I don't even know where mine is.
And you know, there's some, you know, there's some bleach stains on there. There's some stuff going on, but at the same time, when you know, Florida 32 ounce was like saying, hey, I'm going to be selling these. My girlfriend is going to be making up T-shirts like this or whatever. I was like, I got to get one. I got to get one.
And see, that's the thing is that once I didn't. I've thought about it thousands of times, and I've stuck with the same decision. Once he got to a certain point, I did not feel it was right to put him on camera. Yeah. Because I just didn't. So a lot of people ask, yeah, he stays at home 10 minutes from me, and I can go see him whenever I want, but I'm not going to put that shit on camera, like, because he remembers me. He always remembers me, even on his worst of worst days. He fucking always remembers me. And I'm never going to fucking put him out there when he's like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. It seemed like you guys, like, no matter what, there's a kinship that you guys had where no matter what, you guys must have had some good times back in the day.
Well, what it is he never had any kids. And I'm like kind of like the son that he always wanted that he never had, and he fucking tried to mentor me through sales and shit while he was still there up in the head, and he did. He taught me a lot that I still use to this day to make a living, man, off what that man taught me when he was living on a golf course up against the mountains and fucking had his shit together, dude. $1 million house. And then what, it's just, if anyone out there knows the disease, they know they get to a certain point, you don't put them on camera, dude. I got questioned back then for some of my videos. Like, now if I did it, I'd be a dirtbag.
Well, I mean, like, it's still, I mean, like, going back to those videos, didn't really seem like you like ever like went over the line or anything like that. Really?
Well, no, there was a couple, like the one that stands out in my mind that I remember I got a lot of flack on was where Steve-O, I locked him out on the balcony in Vail.
Right.
I locked him out on the balcony, and he starts fucking getting madder and madder and banging on the windows and the door and shit. He's locked out.
I must have missed that one. But
He fucking deserved it, dude. Fucking asshole.
I mean, really.
I love him though, man. When the day Steve-O passes, is gonna be a really sad day for the Weasel.
Well, I hope you'll actually like go ahead and note that, because there's a great deal of us out there that still like wonder. I mean, we all know or whatever, like things kind of like slid downhill for him at a certain point, but I mean, really, we want to know. We want to keep us updated on what's going on with Steve-O.
I've thought about it a few times, dude, and the last video I made with him was because I owed him some money, and he was coming to pick up payments and shit every other day. He wanted $100 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The last video I made is when I paid him $100, and I was, and he was kind of, I could see from that, and that was about, let me think here. That was like last summer, I want to say, maybe.
It goes all the way back to, oh, yeah, all right, okay.
The last video where I made with him was of me paying him. He was broke, and I was paying him back money that I owed him, and after that, it was like, every time I was with them, I just kept thinking about that. Like, what if this was me or my kid or something, and someone was exploiting them past the point where they weren't smart enough to defend themselves. So that's when I just said, you know what, I'm not cool. I'm not doing this no more.
There's a certain morality that comes into play when it comes to with something like that. It's hard to deal with the whole idea.
It's fucking hard to do. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
Like fucking, I mean, I didn't just cut him out of my videos. Like, I had to stop hanging out with him completely. I can go see him, but I can't bring him out with me in my day. He got into some trouble, and I will put this out there because this is really what was the straw that broke the camel's back. Steve-O went into 7-Eleven. None of this was ever put on YouTube or anything like that. Steve-O went into a 7-Eleven and I was out in the vehicle, and before I say this, I will say that like situations started happening before this, that it was a progression. It was slowly, like he didn't fucking know how to stop himself. But he goes into a 7-Eleven one day, and Steve-O's main thing was he liked to make people laugh. So anywhere he went, he wanted to make people laugh, and fucking, he goes into the 7-Eleven, and there's this girl standing in there with these huge tits, and their fucking cleavage showing, her cleavage hanging out, and it's all push-up bra and the whole 9 yards. Like, look at my titties. So Steve-O grabs a fucking king-size Snickers and shoves it in her cleavage.
I think I remember hearing about this story, and did you?
He got arrested. He fucking got arrested.
You did put that in the video. You mentioned that in the video.
And he got arrested, and what happened was his brother was in Canada at the time on vacation, so his bond was like $50,000 for shoving this candy bar down this girl's cleavage. And I didn't have the fucking money. I don't have that kind of money. We're talking about, even if you hire a bondsman, that's $5,000, dog. I don't fucking have that in liquid. Like, fuck. At any given moment.
For such a petty crime, too. I mean, at a certain point, you think the police would, like...
It's like, well, like, you think about it, like, from Steve's point of view, it's like, hey, look, bitch, put your fucking tits away.
I mean, it really was her fault to begin with.
Because when you're riding in his vehicle with him and you see that kind of shit, you hear what comes out of his mouth. So you hear that he has a deep hatred for sluts and fucking women that show their tits. They have no class. Steve-O has a big thing with class. His mother raised him to be a classy guy. He thinks that all people should have class. And when you see someone that's a fucking dirtbag, he has no respect for him. And that's exactly why he shoved a candy bar down her tits. Like, you want this king-size fucking Snickers, bitch.
Really, like, even with dementia or whatever, there's something in the back of his mind that he's like, I gotta...
It triggers that.
Gotta do something.
It triggers it. He's got to get a reaction.
Exactly. Oh my God. God bless.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, classmate.
This is interesting. I didn't have to mute YouTube to get on the Hangout.
Well, that's good.
What's the
That's
trick
good.
with that shit?
You're still echoing like a son of a bitch.
I'm not really hearing it. There's really.
I got headphones in, so I hear it sharp. He's echoing bad.
It might. I gotta maybe just like.
Well, I didn't have to use YouTube. YouTube like
Yeah, well,
went
turn
out.
your speakers down or put some headphones
Okay,
on.
I'll turn the speakers down.
Yeah, there is a little bit of an echo on my end.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better a little bit.
That's good.
Yeah, and then I can hardly hear you guys though when I turn the speakers down.
Yeah, we're talking about good old Steve-O. You remember Steve-O.
Oh, he used to be a big skater in Albuquerque, man.
No, Steve-O, the guy on my videos years ago. Maybe.
Oh, that guy, the old guy. Yeah.
The old guy,
Oh,
yeah, you remember him. I knew you did. You were, yeah, you've been a Wheezy fan for fucking.
Oh, I followed you fucking since you've been here.
Just about, yeah, I think you have.
Yeah, fucking. I remember when you were walking around in the forest looking, or you were in the desert, or I don't know where the fuck you were looking for.
Earl Portland.
The old Earl Portland fucking videos and shit like that.
Earl Portland fucking gave me my YTDC welcoming and fucking talked a bunch of shit in a video and really got me fired up.
Oh, I remember the response video too. When you took, what did you take, like a coconut or something? What was it? It was like a giant.
It's a bag of popcorn. The bag of popcorn when I smacked the shit out of him. He came to visit me and I smacked the shit out of him.
That was very.
I had the red beard drawn onto the bag of popcorn.
He had like a
in the hat
or something. He had something going on. Like it was like you know, like going back to your videos. It's like it's the embryo of everything that has ever actually happened with you on YouTube.
Right, because I didn't fucking. That's a lot of people get a misconception about Wheezy. The thing is, I didn't join this son of a bitch to set out to be a troll. But what happened is I got trolled by really stupid people, and I learned really early on that I could out troll them.
Right.
And to this day, I got people calling my job, and it's like, all right, let me get into the position of fuck you, and then fuck your whole life over. I'm trolling to the hardest extent. Fuck, you know, it's not against anyone. It's against people that do me wrong, dude. Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. That was the impetus. What do they call it? The impetus, because like you knew, you could see at a certain point or whatever, if somebody was gonna fuck with you, you were gonna fire back at some point.
And no matter who it was.
Exactly.
Oh, I always loved the Wheeze, man. Fucking, I never hated on him. I always liked his style.
Hey, well, we're both Swedish. I mean, what could we say?
Well, that one night in that hangout, and I was like drunk, and we kind of fucking got into it. But
no, we didn't get into it. I stopped. I just left
night.
the hangout. We never got into it. I just left the hangout right at that brink.
And I passed out, and everybody just like focused in on my chair.
No, you're cool, Colostomy. That night, what happened was we got on the subject somehow of fucking. It was on Ubu, I think. We got on the subject of our religious beliefs.
No, you were.
And I realized really. No,
you were calling me a pedophile, and I got really pissed off about that.
Oh boy.
No, the whole thing started with you telling me that I could get that if you were trying to help me with my trolling, and you told me that something about the deep internet or something like that. And you kept saying, you can get anything you want on there. There's even child pornography and all that kind of shit. And I was like, well, why the fuck are you telling me? And that's when I just ended the shit.
Can you guys still hear me?
No, we can't hear you.
We can't? You can't?
Yeah, we can. You're good. You sound all right.
Okay, yeah. So I took the fucking speakers off and I put the fucking headphones in.
Way better. Anyway, cheers to the past and good memories in the YTDC.
It was good. It's still, I mean, in a lot of ways, it's still pretty good. You know, I mean,
in a lot of ways, in every way, it's fucking great.
Absolutely.
I like where the trolling's at. I like where the videos are at. You know, everyone's got their side except for me. I do what the fuck I want. I love it.
It is good. I mean, there's like your channel really is like really must-see YouTube material.
I mean, come on, let's talk about the big picture. I've made videos with Mr. Met 40 ounce. You can go back on his channel and fucking see that meetup. Well, everyone knows about the meetup with Shoe Nice and how that's going. I've collabed with a lot of YouTubers, everyone that I can.
You have, yep. Actually,
I mean, aside from flying everyone out to my fucking house, I've collabed with everyone I can collab with when I can.
The one with Mr. Med 40 ounce is definitely it goes down in what they call it, meetup history.
Oh, definitely, man. In the Oakland Bay, Alcatraz in the background. I don't know if you're familiar with that area, but you could see Alcatraz Island way back in the distance in that video. Like, that video is the shit.
Yeah, I was actually at that near around that spot like last month when I flew out to California.
Yeah, I got a lot of. That's where I'm from. That's where I'm born and raised, man. I got family and friends all up and down, north to south.
In San Francisco.
We should meet up sometime out there. San Francisco's. Yeah, well, my cousin, I won't say their names. One of my cousins just graduated from Berkeley. Majored in what's the fucking not what's the opposite of gas? It's organic fuels.
Oh, okay.
So he works for some place in San Francisco and lives in Berkeley and rides over underneath the fucking bay every morning and night. Like I got fucking, and then I got a lot of more family that lives in Oakland right there. I got a lot of family and friends all up and down the coast there, dude. Anytime you go out there, you should always let me know.
Yeah, I was out there. It was actually the first time I'd ever been to California. It was like a month ago. I'm like 35 years old. Still hadn't been over to the west, all that way to the West Coast, anyways. But had a great time. Went to stayed in San Francisco when we flew in, and then went to Sonoma for 4 nights, and then traveled all the way down to Monterey and like stayed there for 4 nights and then flew home. Didn't get to see a whole lot of San Francisco.
Did you go to the Monterey Bay Aquarium?
We almost did, but it's like $40 per person.
Dude, that would have been yeah, but that's a lifelong memory, dude. That thing's fucking epic, bro.
I actually kind of like regret it because I had plenty of time before we flew home that day to actually go there, but we actually spent it in a better way, like around like, in the morning.
Did you go to the Capitol in San Francisco or anything?
We did, yeah, in San Francisco we went to Pier 39.
All right, yeah. Where all the fucking, you saw all the sea lions?
Yeah, I saw the sea lions.
Yeah, you guys are all up south. Yeah. I'm from the south. I used to live in the South Bay. Hermosa Beach, Redondo.
Crisco 3D, what's up, brother?
I'm not familiar with the northern part of California.
Crisco 3D's trying to join. It looks like he's in here. I can't hear him, or he's not talking. He looks like Shoe Nice.
He's got to use his old computer to like be able to do this or whatever. I don't know why.
Motherfucker looks like Shoe Nice right now. His haircut and shit, big old head. What's up, Crisco?
No, we can't hear you very well at all, actually.
How'd you ever do a podcast with this kind of technology?
I have no idea. No idea.
I love the podcast. I wanted to join it, but it wasn't in the cards.
I trolled the shit out of their podcast. I hated it.
You really did. You really did join that podcast. You trolled that podcast.
I fucking hated that podcast, dude. I fucking tried to destroy it.
We're going to do another episode at some point.
It was like a fucking jealousy thing, dude. It's like a half a hangout. You can't fucking join and talk to these assholes, but they're going to talk to each other for hours.
I mean,
fuck this shit.
To me, a podcast really works very well when it's just audio only and you can't see anything and like. But like.
Yeah, but the problem with that is listening to it. You can't listen to a podcast without having it open on open on your phone, or, you know, YouTube's got to be open on whatever device. So if I'm at work trying to listen to your jackass's podcast, I got to fucking carry my phone around with me everywhere I go.
I mean, that was like the shitty thing is that, like, oh, I mean, like, we actually did do, we utilized Google Hangouts before a lot of other people did. And so we were just like, oh, we don't know what we're doing. And so we, you know, go ahead and be like, yeah, we're doing a podcast or whatever. But it really was just
this
like.
This is for Yellow Groove.
Oh, yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I would have to say that you two gentlemen are the first ones to ever Google Hangout the shit out of the YTDC.
It is like at a certain point, like we were just like, why, you know, we know everybody else is doing Uvu at this point or whatever. Why is nobody using Google Hangouts or whatever?
We didn't have it. They didn't make it accessible.
Yeah,
like it is now.
Like, you know, we went on for like, you know, an hour and a half at a certain, you know, sometimes or whatever. I would, you know, I had when I was living in West Virginia.
I love the one, we're not to cut you off, but real quick, I love the one you guys did where you guys both cracked open store-bought salsa and fucking, because I had just made fresh salsa from like the farmer's market. And you guys both crack open jars of fucking bullshit salsa. I'll never forget that fucking podcast.
I you know, at the time, I hadn't even seen the video or whatever. Like Crisco was just like, oh, there's this, you know, Weasel put out this video where he's making his own salsa or whatever. Let's be a bunch of assholes or whatever. Let's get our jarred salsa.
That was a great troll move, dude. Greatest troll move ever, dude. That was fucking, that was epic.
Not sure anybody really got that, but I'm glad you did.
Oh, you definitely know I got it. And then when I called you out for the chug and all that shit, we were going at it, bro.
It was very good back then. Back then there was like that was like really the tension before like
that was the Weasel's that was Weasel's fucking amateur learning process of trolling. Like, how do I fuck with these people?
You all guys got to see the fucking the colostomy grab bag and the DOC videos we've been doing. The on location.
I got to take a piss and grab a beer.
Now who's the DOC?
He's my buddy. I've known him. Have you seen those videos?
Yeah, he's like, were you guys at the reservoir at some point or whatever? He's like a big tall dude.
Yeah, he's a big fat sloppy dude.
Is he a big fat sloppy dude because he looks like just like a big tall dude with like tattoos and like, you know?
Yeah, that's DOC.
Okay, yeah.
He doesn't act. There's no acting with the DOC.
That guy is
like of it because I'm kind of acting. I'm kind of acting like a pompous asshole in the videos, but I mean, you got to see these fucking on location videos that we do because
I did see the last one. Very entertaining. You gonna try and bring him into like, you know, making his own videos at some point?
No, he's not. He's not really interested in the YTDC. Actually, on the last one, I was asking him, I was like, who's your favorite guy? And he's like, I don't know any of them. I don't fucking watch the shit. but the funny part about it is that he's not acting, and I'm kind of acting. You know, I'm kind of acting like this pompous asshole. I'm like, oh, fuck. Why are you fucking bringing me here? What the fuck am I doing here? Why the fuck am I doing this? And then he's like,
we don't know.
DOC.
It is. Those are a very entertaining like series of videos.
And it's a good combination because it's like Fear said. He's like the guy from the.
Hey, who's your buddy that was in your video with you at that abandoned house the other day?
That's the DOC. DOC.
All right, I like that guy. Where's his YouTube channel?
He doesn't have a YouTube channel.
Why the fuck not?
He's pretty good. He's
because he doesn't care. He's not acting. I'm acting in those videos.
You are. You really are.
I'm acting like a pompous fucking asshole.
And
no, I don't think you're acting. I think you actually are a pompous asshole, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I am, but hey, you know. But you know, I mean, he doesn't act. That's who DOC is. He's he's lived off fucking government assistance his whole life, and he needs to live off government assistance. He's on shit like fucking what's that fucking Nirvana song? Lithium. He is actually
He's fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
Is he really?
And we just get along. I've known him for like 10 years, and like when we get together, we can talk shit to each other. That's why those videos.
Hey, that was an awesome video. You know, the only thing was I thought you were a pussy because I thought you should have fucking cammed up and went inside the house.
I did actually, but the real intro was supposed to be camming up and going inside of the house, but there's
no, that should have been the outro. You should have went inside the house and fucking showed us that shit.
I got a ton of
130 years
behind the
old.
scenes.
You got to go in that house.
I got a ton of behind the scenes footage of that, so I can post that if I want to. But I was.
I'm just telling you how to be a YouTube millionaire. That's all.
Oh well, I'm not going to ever be a YouTube millionaire.
Neither is Craft Haystack. Just to let you know.
But I actually went into the front of the house and I was looking at little holes in the floor and I was like, oh, this is fucked up. And then this song popped into my head of Cool Keith, which under one of his acronyms or one of his whatever you call him, it was Dr. Doom, and he was like talking about, I'm gonna come over to your house and knock on your door and borrow sugar at 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning, and so I said, stop, DOC, close the door, and then start pounding on the door and saying, fucking, can I borrow some sugar? So.
Daddy, would you like some sausages?
That guy DOC is actually really funny, though. He's got to put him in more of your videos, man.
Yeah, I'm going to keep doing those because people obviously like them. I'm just acting like an asshole, and he's just being DOC, so why not?
Yeah, do more vlog style, though. Like, you don't always have to set up the tripod. Do more vlog style, hanging out with DOC, like going to the liquor store, DOC, shit like that.
One of Craft Haystack's favorite.
I've done those a long time ago on my channel. If you go back on my channel...
Yeah, well, we're not talking about a long time ago. We're talking about now. You need to go back to that.
One of Craft Haystack's favorite colostomy formats is when he shows the new pieces of vinyl that he's like picked up.
Oh, I've got so many different stuff videos that I've done. I do
Crisco Multi 3D. How the fuck are ya?
Crisco.
The multi guy. He's out getting beer. He's out getting weight.
Yeah.
Did you guys finally got the internet bill paid? I'm glad to see.
I'm glad. You guys put together, right?
Crisco Multi 3D is not here. I'm just holding it down tonight. You know.
Holding it down, Frisco Brown. How you doing, brother?
Good. I've just been a little bit away from YouTube a little bit, but it's good to be back here. Good to see you all here this evening.
What the fuck do you have better to do than report on like the news and shit?
Well, I've been engaging in other hobbies.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing, dude. Going back through the fucking years, I never been a big supporter of yours, I will admit. But going back through my memories through the years, you've always been a very interesting guy. Like, I know you're involved with the news media and shit. Like, you go out and do all this kind of cool shit. Some of your videos where you cam up and you're walking around Florida, that was some cool shit, man.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
He's involved with the media? Is he a Jew?
He's Jewish.
I'm not Jew.
He's Jewish. Totally. Look at that nose.
No.
How's Florida life, brother?
Pretty good. Very hot today. It was like 92 degrees here.
Really?
Humidity
like a motherfucker.
Ugh, it's hot. But on the Crisco 3D channel, I've been just doing a lot of plane spotting. I did some this afternoon. That was fun.
Oh, this person wants to be on live hangouts. Hello.
Plane spotting.
How you doing?
I used to.
Let me call you back. I'm in the middle of a Google Hangout.
Oh, okay.
I used to live in Vegas, and I lived in this place that had the fucking planes that would like fly right over, and I always loved how they made that little sound. When they fucking
Oh yeah, and it's always great to see the planes coming in and then having to put the reverse thrusts on. I mean, I've been using this camera here. It's a Nikon D3300, about 200.
See, he's got all this shit, dude. I'm telling you, this guy, why he's not making YouTube gold on a daily basis, I don't understand.
Yeah, I think, I kind of got tired of it a little bit, and it's just, my job actually takes a lot of energy out of me, so by the time I get home, the last thing I want to do is pick up one of these again and then have to do it all over again, So
That's a shame.
it's just been exhausting.
English Pale Ale! Made in the great state of Maine! United States of America!
But yeah, I don't know.
Ice House Edge, Yellow Groove approved.
That's the kind of photography I've been doing. Just that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Look at this!
That's a
Look
good
at this
shot
door
with the
phone!
fucking two clouds and the fucking plane in the middle. Yeah, that was a pretty good shot.
This one was just like flying right overhead. Just bam, just pointing right up at the sky.
Are you planning to take down the tower in Chicago?
No, not at all. This is my own amusement here, just something to do. I like the various kinds of planes, the various kinds of sounds they make, the way they look. Some of them have some very distinct paint jobs.
Aren't they loud?
Oh yeah, like this one here. This is a A320. It's American Airlines. American Airlines has new colors now.
Aren't those planes loud?
Where I work, all that ever flies over is just huge military planes. Every day, huge military planes. It's always jets and military planes.
Probably like some Flying Fortresses, some B-52s maybe, or...
Yeah, the big ones, and then all of a sudden the jets will fly over. But there's no commercial planes that ever fly where I live. It's all military. It's all fucking military. That's kind of weird.
Everybody, come on over to Ted's Hangout. Ted's got a hangout going on right now. It's a lot better than this.
Yeah, we already know, Grabowski.
It's a joke.
Get out of here.
This is awful over here.
Go
Crap
to
Haystack
his hangout.
Liquid All-Star, Liquid All-Star was
Liquid All-Star.
It was a terrible channel. Liquid All-Star was a joke.
We got it. Liquid
You're a
All-Star,
very
terrible channel.
depressed individual.
Blah, blah,
Read from the
blah,
script.
blah, blah, blah. We already heard it. We've heard it from
Craft
before,
Haystack.
Grabowski.
Where's your
The
script?
forehead is spoken. The forehead is spoken.
Where's the teleprompter?
Where is it?
Oh yeah, you got nothing to say, do you?
Where is it?
That's what I thought.
Where is it?
You're nothing without your script, are you?
But Grabowski, where is it?
Come on over to Ted's Hangout. That's where it's at right now.
Go hang out. Go hang out.
It let me in on the same account.
Oh, you're there.
Really bad.
Oh, sorry. Awful. The Big Grabowski out.
You ever notice Grabowski is not that funny?
Oh, you left?
It's like he's always like saying everything is awful. He's always saying, oh, this is awful, this channel's awful, that's awful. I mean, he sounds like a very depressed human
There's
being.
nothing funny. Nothing he says is funny. Oh, the chat looks like it's working.
Sounds like a very depressed human being. I would keep an eye on him.
Joe, what the hell are you doing?
What's going on over here?
What's going on, brother?
Police videos are. I got 54 videos up.
Hold on, I gotta take a phone call.
Ted's having a hangout. You're having a hangout.
I know we started our hangouts at like the same time.
You gotta coordinate this shit.
We, I don't think I'm going to coordinate anything with going on with Ted. If he wants to have his own hangout, that's totally fine.
I was echoing way too much because I had one on too. So I had.
Oh, Vicky.
Even though, Crisco, it looks like Ted actually has
Well-
B. Meyer in his hangout.
I want to go into Ted's hangout just because all the HPD 77 fucking tributes. So I wanna fucking go over there and ask Ted what he thinks about that.
You really?
So
Yeah, go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna do that right now, and so I'm gonna split, but I'll come back, bro. But
That's all right. If you don't come back, no big deal.
Good Lord, look who it is.
Oh, what? But he left Colostomy?
Shit, boy.
It's all right. No big deal. No big deal. This hangout is still in full force.
Full force.
Badass.
You got Vicky in here, little Peanut, and I don't know the other dude at the end.
Nobody's really talking, but like I said, Crisco 3D, what do you think about the fact that it looks like B. Meyer is in Ted's hangout right now?
B. Meyer, did you
Yeah.
winterize the camper? I
Yeah.
hope you winterized the camper because it'd be a pretty interesting show if she didn't, and then she'd be telling about I should have winterized the camper.
She should.
Now he's tripping that
What's
Bobby
up?
Meyer is actually in my thing. He goes, can you believe Bobby Myers in Ted's house?
Bobby Meyer.
Joe, how can you actually, you're watching Ted's hangout right now?
I was in his hangout.
It looks like you're watching it still.
Yeah, I was-
You can hear the
yeah.
audio.
I was watching it. Yeah, I was watching it. Now Colostomy grab bag went in there.
I did see that. I saw that right now.
I don't want to hear him. I don't want to hear him about HP 77.
Why is that? Why is that?
I heard enough about it.
Was there really that much talk about it?
Yeah, everybody's doing something because it's 1 year since he blew his brains out or some shit.
Craft Haystack later on tonight will be uploading a video response about HPD 77.
You
And
should.
the whole controversy sometime tonight, so watch for that.
I mean, here's what I got to say about that. I'm kind of mixed on this. I want to air this as just my normal persona here, not my character. And what I will say is that it's very unfortunate what happened. And the real victims in this are that guy's family and his friends. And, you know, suicide is a very difficult thing to discuss because it's a very painful thing for many people. And obviously, HPD 77 was not in the proper frame of mind. And that's just the unfortunate thing there. And that's all I'm really going to say.
The real problem with it is the fact that it's a dude or whatever who made videos on YouTube who is a Houston Police Department patrol officer.
Terrible.
And he got involved with this stuff. And really, to me or whatever, you'll see in Craft Haystack's video later on tonight. But I find a big disparity with the malt liquor degenerates in this community who tell people to kill themselves. And all of a sudden, now we see tribute videos.
Want to remember him as, but it's just. I mean, I'm very mixed on this. You know, it's this is when it gets real. You know, and that's just, you know, my thoughts and prayers go out to the guy's family. That's all I'm really going to say. I'm just at a loss.
Right. It's a tragic thing. Like I said, Craft Haystack will go ahead and he'll be uploading a video later on tonight discussing that whole thing and calling out those who are making tribute videos to HPD 77 because they didn't really actually know this person. And they go around on YouTube saying, kill yourself. And it'll address that whole controversy.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's just very difficult to talk about.
It is.
You know, it really is. I think it's difficult for some people to grasp it. It's just like how, you know, you can respect Chris Benoit as a great wrestler, but like what he did at the end was just a little messed up. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. You know, it's just like people respected him as a good wrestler, but at the end when that happened, nobody could really.
Pretty bad. That was it.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. You know, it's kind of like, you know, well, and like you watch like old matches and you think, wow, that was a great match. You know,
right.
But it's like you can't help but think, man, it just sucks what really happened. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and that's just kind of like what I think with this. You know, yeah, the guy probably made some good YouTube videos. He was an entertaining guy, and I'm sure that's what a lot of people respect and liked about him. And
yeah,
I mean, it's just hard to wrap my head around it that, you know, this guy also stole Ted Barris's identity, and God only knows what other stuff he probably did. I mean, that's the other thing that just kind of it just makes me ask more questions than answers.
Exactly.
And I mean,
the horrible thing about that whole controversy is the fact that I think there's a little bit of an echo on your end, but you're coming in quite clearly. The fact that the whole thing that happened with Chris Benoit, that was kind of crazy because that was like probably the worst thing that ever happened behind the scenes in wrestling, because Chris Benoit was still a signed member of the WWE, was he not?
Yeah, he was, but he had an injury, and I guess that's what action. All right. Well, 3 seconds of fame there. Anyways,
all right.
It's just, you know, that's all I really wanted to say. You know, it's just. I'm not mad at people for making the trivia videos. Maybe that's just some people's ways of trying to deal with it. Maybe that's just the way it is.
If he loves Ted, does anything, she's getting booted.
Yeah.
Waiting. All right, never mind. All right, sorry to interrupt.
But, I mean, I can see why maybe some people would want to make some videos because, you know, maybe they want to remember a good entertainer, you know, and I can get that. I'm not mad at people for doing that. I think it's important to remember people that we've lost. I think that is important, but it's also, I think, important to also respect the fact that had kids and he had other friends and other family and that kind of thing, you know. And I think there's a way of maybe doing things a little bit more respectful. That's all I would say. I mean, if people want to do that, that's fine. I'm not mad at them, but, you know, put in perspective who the real victims are.
Right. Exactly. Kind of, it's like suicide is a very sensitive topic to begin with. So I think that anybody who goes out there and wants to kind of talk about it in a lighthearted, think that it's funny way, not good in my book.
Right. But you know, it's just like, I think the thing I've learned from that is, you know, be careful who you're around. You don't know somebody's frame of mind. You know what I mean? You don't know what they're capable of doing, and you don't know, you know, what kind of their home life is like. We don't know what a lot of people's home life is really like. I mean, right. You know, and you kind of got to be a little bit respectful of that in some way. And obviously, HPD 77 was in a pretty dark place, and he probably thought that YouTube was probably his only outlet, probably. And he did find some good people here, and I'm not saying that there were some bad people here. He conversed with some pretty decent stand-up people here, and maybe if people had gotten to know him a little bit better, he probably wouldn't have done what he did, you know?
Right. Absolutely.
You know, so that's all I think I could really take away from that. But, you know, like, you know, there was that football player. I can't remember the guy's name who, like, shot himself in the car. I don't know if you remember that. It was a Kansas City football player. I can't remember his name, but all the players on that team were just in shock. And they were just like, and one of the players they interviewed, and he says, you know, it's kind of odd, you know, you ask people, you know, how are you doing? And people, you know, he said he was fine, but, you know, you just don't know. You know what I mean?
You don't actually No, because it's mental illness.
Right. Right. And I'm not going to say names, but I'm concerned. This is something I've been wanting to get out there, and I figured I'd get this out there. And my normal persona here, not my character. I wanted to get this out there. I'm really concerned about some of the stability of some people on YouTube. I mean, there's a lot of crazy people making videos on YouTube, and there's probably some people suffering from something.
What in particular are you talking about?
I mean, I'm talking about. I'm not going to name names because I just want to say that that YouTube has now become kind of an outlet for some people. I mean, look at what happened with Elliot Rodgers there. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying the possibility exists that there could be others out there. That's what I'm saying.
Right. There are some people on YouTube or whatever who say some pretty insane things. They don't sound like they're in their right frame of mind sometimes. It is actually worrisome sometimes.
So, I mean, I've been kind of careful. You got to kind of be careful how you interact with some people online. You know what I mean? That's just what I'm saying. You got to be very careful. I mean, I think there was some bad interaction between HBD77 and Ted. Obviously, something led to him getting mad and hacking him and trying to steal his identity and all that kind of stuff. Something that's what I'm getting at. You got to be careful. I'm just saying.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, like, really, honestly, like, that's it's just really has to do with the anonymity of people on the internet. That's really all it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't actually know anybody here on the internet, but you know.
I mean, there are some people in the YTDC that do know some people on a personal basis, and you know, there are some people that don't know people on a personal basis, and there's just a lot of unquestionable. There's just a lot of unquestionable things, you know, and you know.
Well, I think at this point or whatever, I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to end this hangout. And Crisco 3D, very nice to have you join. I know you've been kind of a recluse in the past.
Right.
And Crisco Malty has actually taken the reins in a lot of ways.
Yeah, he has. He's
that piece of trash. I want to kill him.
Yeah, he kind of is crazy, and everybody's been calling me a cunt and all this kind of stuff. And I guess there's two sides.
Well, it's been very nice speaking with you, Crisco 3D. I'm glad that Crisco Malty was not with us tonight.
I think he's probably out causing some mayhem somewhere. I don't know what he's doing. I'm probably going to call him later tonight.
Very nice.
Hold on a second. Hold on. I think he's around here. What? What are you doing back here? I want to drink some malt liquor.
That son of a bitch!
I've already had enough. I want more. He's crazy. He's out of his mind. He's out of his
son of a bitch.
Yeah, he says he wants more malt liquor. And...
All right.
Hey, put down that knife. Put it down. He's a little nuts.
He's got a plastic knife, huh? All right.
Yeah, he's got that plastic knife. He's been throwing it like crazy, and he's been throwing it all over the apartment. I don't know.
Garbage. He's a piece of garbage is what he is. Anyways, Crisco 3D, glad talking to you. We're going to go ahead and end this hangout right now.
Have a good night.
Speak to you later.
Have a good night.
All right. Haystack out.